Anyway, enough bullshit. It seems like every time we talk on this podcast, I'm coming from a crushing defeat, which is something that's going to have to stop. Of course, I'm referring to Shanghai, and then, of course, before that, the GSP fight. Didn't go my way, as everybody know and saw. I felt great going into that fight. I did. I mean, looking back in hindsight, was I overtrained and emotionally and physically tired? Yes, I was, but the problem with having a fucking huge ego and thinking that you can still beat people is that I knew that, but I still thought I could beat Kelvin Gastelum. So, I'm not taking anything away from him. Caught me with a beautiful left hook, put me down. God bless him. It was a big gamble. It didn't pay off. If it had paid off, it would have been great, but that's what you do. You roll the dice, you give it a shot, and you hope for the best. And on the best man, I guess that was Kelvin. So well done to him. And there you go.
Do you feel like you say it's a gamble? Do you feel like the loss, you kind of go to the table and you take the L, but do you think it lowers your stock really? Or do you kind of almost feel as if you're almost in a similar position because it was short notice? It was, you were just coming off another loss. From my perspective, and I think from a lot of fans' perspectives, I don't think you're like, I don't know how it really affected your rankings. Besides, obviously, Kelvin jumping ahead of you in the official rankings. Your stock, though, I don't know how much it drops coming off of a loss like that.
You want to know the truth? I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. I really do not give a damn. I mean, of course, I pride myself on my fighting, and that's been my identity. And that's what I pride myself on. For a long, long time, the entirety of my life. But I won the World Championship, which I'm very proud of. I defended it in Manchester. And I went out there and I fought GSP. I know now, looking back, that I was overtrained for that GSP fight once again. I ran every morning. I sparred 3 times a week for almost 3 months, whatever. Anyway, I lost that fight. And that's that. I lost the belt. And, I'm happy I got it. And I said, even after the GSP fight, I'm not looking to become a champion again. I'm looking to just finish off my career with a couple of fun fights. Went out there, didn't get the job done. Couldn't give a fuck about rankings. I'm not trying to be the champion again. I had that. That was fun. It was a nice time in my life. I can always claim to have had that title. And now it's time to move on with my life. I'm not saying I'm retiring. That's not what I'm saying. But rankings, I don't really care for that. That fight was me trying to exercise some inner demons and try and get back in the win column ASAP. As I say, it was a huge gamble, and for many reasons, it was the wrong move. But I don't regret it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying physically, looking back from, if you look at the grand scheme of things, if I can take myself out of the situation, which I can now, and not look at it emotionally, I can see that it was the wrong move. But at the time, it felt right. So I don't regret it. Obviously, I made some money. But, I wanted to win. I went out there. That wasn't me trying to just cash in and get another payday. I wanted to win. That's what I went to China to do. But, I didn't get that. But I remember looking at myself in the mirror, and I was so weak and skinny and pathetic. It was, I was ashamed of myself. I even texted my wife. I said, I'm so weak and skinny right now. My reflection in the mirror. Oh, I lost so much muscle mass. It was unbelievable. And that was in the GSP fight and in the Kelvin fight. After the GSP fight, when I agreed to take the Kelvin Gastelum fight, I thought, well, I've just had a week off, but I was in great shape. So let's get right back to it. And I sparred every day for a week. And I just sparred 3 times a week. For 2 months for the GSP fight, and then I sparred for every day for a week. That's all I did for Kelvin. I just thought I'll spar southpaws, 5 rounds for 5 days, and then we'll fly out to China. And I was just done, man. I was emotionally, physically, mentally just spent, And then come on the fight, I had no pop, I had no zip, and he caught me with the left, and he put me down, and God bless him, good for him.
Yeah, dude, it's you mentioned exercising demons. This is the first time you lost 2 in a row in your career?
Yeah.
Does this introduce a whole new set of demons, or did you kind of exercise the demons at the very least of just getting back in there?
Not at all. Listen, I'm totally fine with it all. I'm 38 years old. I've got a wife and kids. I've got other things I want to focus on in life. Will I do one more fight? Yeah, probably. But that phase of my life now is done. You know what I mean? And I'm happy with that. I wanted to try and roll the dice. It wasn't a case of if I lose this, I'm going to kill myself because the demons get even worse. I'm like, fuck it. I've got another opportunity here to go again real fast. You know what I mean? Just jumping at the deep end, straight back into the deep end after sitting on my ass and getting drunk for a week. I thought, I can do this. Let's roll the dice. And had it have come off, I would have been a genius. It would have been amazing. But it didn't. You know what I mean? Going back to what you said about the demons, it's like, listen, I've had a great career. I've had many records, you know, without going through them all, and I'm happy. I'm happy with what I achieved. And as I say, I'll probably do one more fight. And listen, my days as a fighter are numbered. They're done, pretty much done. You know, I had a great career. I tried, as I said, rolled the dice one last time, didn't pay off. Who gives a fuck? You know, there's plenty of things that are positives in my life. You know, I'm not going to feel sorry for myself, focus on negatives. That's not what people do. I focus on all the good things that I achieved in my career, and I'm very happy with it. Of course, that sounds like somebody saying the right thing because they lost some fights. It's not. You can't fight forever. I was a champion. No one remains a champion forever, and I'm proud of that. I earned some money. I've had a good life. I'm in a good place. My family's great. And that's about it. So there's no demons. Yeah. Does it fucking sting? Of course it does, because I'm a competitor. But you know, been there, done that, got many T-shirts. Now it's time to move on.
You also, I saw you came home. I saw your Instagram. Your wife bought you a puppy.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, little Alfie. That's what we called him.
Dito too. He's going to grow up into a nice, strong beast and murder all the other puppies in the house.
Well, I'll tell you what. Well, hold on. Before we get into that, so obviously Dito, my German Shepherd, beloved German Shepherd, died whilst I was filming Triple Threat in Thailand, and that movie comes out next year. Incidentally, keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I missed him, and I was speaking about getting a replacement. And getting another dog, should I say. And my wife was like playing it down. Anyway, she's been planning this for months. I come back from Shanghai, and there he is, God bless him. And he's tiny. He's only 8 weeks old, but he's already terrorizing the life out of Harry. Now, if anybody doesn't recall, poor Harry lost an eye from Dito, the German Shepherd. Right now, Alfie cannot get on the couch. Okay, Harry can. Alfie can't because his back legs aren't powerful enough. But poor Harry, that is the only place where he is safe. And Alfie is just, every time he gets him, he goes for the neck. He's going for the neck, and he's getting bigger and bigger by the day. And you can see the look on poor Harry's face. He's like, he's fucking terrified. He's like, please, are you serious? This asshole's getting bigger by the day. He's going for my neck. Now, at first it was fun and games. So if anyone's got any advice on what I can do, see, the thing is, he's just playing, but Harry is getting a bit freaked out.
Yeah, no, but here's what's going to happen. Eventually, he's going to get so big that the just playing.
This is what I'm saying to my wife, and she's like, they're just playing. I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand. Soon those just playing bites will take poor Harry's head off.
Well, here's what happens, right? Dogs, like, their language is they, you know, if they get angry at each other, they get aggressive for a second, and they'll snap at each other, and that's normal if dogs have a dispute to kind of like go after each other. The problem with the German Shepherd and a fucking little toy shit, whatever you have, that Harry is when the German Shepherd goes to make a statement for a second, which is, oh, that's my food.
No, I know.
He takes his eyeball out with his tooth.
What happened the first time, just to refresh everybody, Harry was eating Dito's food, and he went for him. So we kept them apart, but then we got a leak in the laundry room. So we had to put everything outside whilst we fixed the leak. And then whilst that was happening, Harry went to Dito's dog bowl. Next minute, Harry's lost an eye. God bless him. So, yeah. Oh, God bless him. You got to say God bless him. I mean, he's a poor thing. He stands there, he looks at me. He's got one eye. I'm like, I feel your pain, buddy. I know what you're going through. It's crazy. They say that dogs emulate their owners, but fucking Harry took it one step too far.
Harry looks at you. You look at him. You guys both do the mirror thing, like you're looking in the mirror.
We both look in the mirror. We're like, yeah, we're fucked. Look at the state of us. Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck. You should have named Dito. Oh, fuck. You should have named Alfie Dito, too. You really should have, dude.
Well, to be honest, we're not what Alfie isn't set in stone. because it still feels weird. I'm not sure if he is an Alfie. I think he is. What do you think of the name Alfie? You don't like it?
That's all right. I like Dito better. I will say you turned into a
What does
fucking.
Dito mean to you? Dito. That was the name on his papers.
It's a cool name. You really did turn into a child though. If you go and look on Michael Bisping's Instagram, she gives you this puppy. It is so fucking hilarious. You're like a child. On Christmas morning, you get a puppy. You can't help yourself. You start to like itch like a heroin addict. Like your arms.
I know. I saw that. That's why, because I shared it on my page for a minute, and then I thought I look like such a fucking